Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group are consisted of 3 people, which is Khairul, Firdaus, Balqis, Shuhada and Nurluqmanul Hakim. So, we will present by the video about Islamic figure is Shahnon Ahmad.
Datuk Haji Shahnon bin Ahmad was a Malaysian writer, a national lyric and a member of parliament. He was awarded with the National Literary Award in 1982. He was also a Professor Emeritus at University Science Malaysia in Penang. Shahnon Ahmad was born on 30 January in 1933 as the youngest child to a peasant family in Banggul Dedap, Kedah. His father, Ahmad Abu Bakar, from Medan in the Dutch East Indies, while Kesor Muhammad Saman was a Pakistani native whose father came to settle in Malaya from Kampung Poseng in southern Thailand in the late 19th century. Shahnon's father had been previously working as a staff at the Soviet department, then a postman until the Second World War, when British force hired him as a clandestine spy. He and one sibling of his were able to attend their studies at the Sultan Abdul Hamid College in Alor-Star through financial aid provided by the intelligence service as a reward to their father for his service. Amidst common fears by most villagers that their children might embrace Christianity if they were educated in such school at that time. After graduating from the school in 1954, he worked as a teacher in an English school in Kuala Terengganu. He served in the army from 1955 to 1956. After the stint, he worked as a teacher in various schools until 1977. In 1968 to 1971, he studied at the Australian University, Canberra. After his graduation there, he taught at the Sultan Idris Education University in Tanjung Malim Perak until 1975. From that time to his death, he was connected with the University of Science Malaysia in Penang, which included being a professor of literature starting in 1980. The greatest and most outstanding contribution of Shahnon Ahmad in writing is he was a writer who was so thrilled with important events that took place inside and outside the community of his people. He pioneered the attitude called Malay Power Hamzah Hamdani and Zeti Akhtar Jaafar 2007, when he saw how weak the Malays were when the political, economic and social conditions, things such as the event of 13 May 1969. The reason and consequence of this is that led him to improve from the dark of defending the poor to confronting the cruelty and power of nature to the dark of defending his people or nation when faced with the power of repel human. Shahnon's ability to raise the issue of poverty effectively in writing creative works is not substitute until now. Shahnon's contributions have actually managed to ease the burden that overwhelms the instinct and soul of the villagers who are incapable of speech. Only Shahnon Ahmad's well-fed eyes were able to scream and call for help to change the fate of the underprivileged servants.
Shahnon Ahmad read many works by Indonesian novelists Pamodaya Ananta Thor and Patrick White. Since 1956, he started writing and his touch of society was quite felt and inequality in the form of cynicism and sex. His original work in the form of translation was published in Mastika magazine and produced short stories, novel, essay and criticism. But he was awarded for writing poetry and drama. He revealed the suffering of rural people and life in cities. His first novel Rentung in 1956 raised his name. The second novel is the title Exposed. The third novel is Ranjau Sepanjang Jalan was made into a film literary text and made into a film in 1983 by the film's producer and director Tansi Kamarul Arifin Muhammad Yassin. These two novels are the culmination of his novelist career. Miles Along the Way was translated into English by Adiba Amin with the title No Harvest But a Thorn. The Sydney Morning Herald in 1973 panel-picked the novel as one of the 10 interesting novels of 1972. Miles Along the Way in 1966 which was readapted into a film called Rice People, directed by Cambodian film director Zulkifli, Rentong in 1965, Serenje in 1973, which won the Malaysian Novel of the Year Award in 1970, as well as Exposed in 1965. Through Rentong's novel, he tries to analyze rural communities that are dire need of development. The story of the struggle of poor farmers in his village, Bangor Dedap, through the characters of Dogol, Semaon, Paseni, Jehal, and Lakumang. The villagers, with all their modesty, to seek halal sustenance in addition to surrendering themselves completely to God. Porter's novel revolves around divinity, the Prime Minister, and the novel revolves around the question of Malay's politics. Unpretentious language, style, and writing techniques, kedah as in sentence, repetition, and comparison techniques can leave an impression. Serenje's novel in 1973 was nominated as the best novel by the 1973 Literary Prize panel. This novel displays a synthesis between traditional beliefs and modern psychology. In 1985, he published the novel Ashika. His short stories won the literary prize. Among them are an anthology of short story books, Word Dust and It's Done. Some of his short stories were published with other authors. His short story, which was published in Berita Harian and Mastika, received a prize 100 ringgit in 1960s. In 1974, Shahnon Ahmad won the literary prize in the field of essay and criticism.
Islamic, according to Shahnon Ahmad, is start toward Islamic polemic. Shahnon Ahmad, with the other writer Qasim Ahmad, on the definition of Islamic liberal, was published in Dewan Sastera magazine in 1984 and Mingguan Malaysia's newspaper. He also asked to follow Al-Akram Congregation, and his experience was written in the novel Tok Guru. Furthermore, in others novel by him, Shahnon Ahmad showed the Islamic in his writing such as Mahabah, because he went to make people read the novel and get values Islamic. In all of his novel, we can see how a good Shahnon Ahmad, because every his writing, he will make sure the reader will get some value to touch in their life. Conclusion. In summary, Shahnon Ahmad is a great writer in Malaysia, and he always get recognition by Malaysian government because Shahnon Ahmad appointed as a state writer in 1982. Even is passed away, but until now his achievement and the novel still in Malaysia. Heard and people will not forget about his detonation in his works. Today we will can see Shahnon Ahmad was appointed as a popular Islamic literary figure. It's only that our group can commend the national writer.